welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about how to get a smaller waist. Now, I'm not here to share any magic tricks. I'm not here to tell you to go to the store and buy this supplement. That is not what this video is going to entail. I get so many emails, so many direct messages, so many messages in general from girls asking how to get a smaller waist, how to shrink your waist, all of those things, especially this time of the year because it's summertime and girls are wearing less clothing. We are in swimsuits, we're in bikinis, we're on the beach, we're wearing cute crop tops, all of those things. But before I dive into these 5 tips for you guys, I just want to give you a little disclaimer. If your diet is not in line with your fitness goals, you guys, you're not going to get a smaller waist, you're not going to drop body fat, your waist is not going to shrink, anything of that nature. The very first tip that I'm going to talk to you guys about really isn't a tip at all, actually. It's more so a fact.
Fact. Bears eat beets.
And this is genetics. Genetics play a huge role in how everyone's body is built. I am an ectomorph, so that means that I am leaner and taller. Some people are endomorphs. It just depends on how your genetics have literally played out for you. You can work with genetics and you can even slightly work against genetics, meaning like if you have a bad genetic pool, bad gene pool, whatever I'm trying to say. If you have a bad gene pool in certain aspects of, the human body, you can work that much harder to work against it. At the end of the day, how you are built is just how you are genetically built. Embrace it. My second tip is to do and implement HIIT cardio. And by this, what is HIIT cardio? High intensity interval training. Now this means you're going to do short bursts of intervals that are basically high intensity. HIIT cardio basically allows your body to tap into stored fat cells as an energy source. And a really, really good way of doing HIIT cardio is 2 things that I've been doing a lot of lately. Not a lot, but in moderation. Spin classes, because you are going to be doing intervals of high intensity bursts or sprints on a bike, and also running or sprint intervals. This is typically what I do when I go on a run. I usually run 3 to 4 miles, usually 3 miles at a time. And when I do this, I usually run for 1 minute and then take a 30-second break, vice versa. If it were up to me, I would honestly choose HIIT training and HIIT cardio over low intensity steady state cardio any day of the week. My third pointer that I'm going to give to you guys, and this is one that has relatively worked very well for me, and I know it's a hot topic and some might disagree, but eliminating weighted oblique exercises. And I know that some people are going to disagree with this, and that's okay because different things work for different people. Personally, I made this change and I made this transition about 2 years ago, and I never really looked back. My waist is significantly smaller now than it was back then when I was training them weighted. I still train obliques relatively often, but just not with weight. They are part of your core. They do not need to be neglected. My 4th pointer is to train your core. Now, this should be a given, but surprisingly, not everyone really implements this into their training, or they tend to neglect training abs, which I can relate to because I was one of those girls for the longest time. Some solid staple core exercises are planks, weighted planks, side planks, hanging leg raises, oblique twists, weighted crunches, and I'm going to put footage of my personal favorite staple ab exercises, say that 10 times fast, right now. Or 5th pointer, whatever you want to call it, that I can give you is to develop your back and your lower body. Now, this is going to basically give you the hourglass look, because the wider your back is and the wider that your hips and your glutes are, the smaller your waist is going to appear. Developing and sculpting your back can be done with glute bridges, hip thrusts, squats, deadlifts, lat pull downs, hyperextensions. The list could go on. Ladies, that means stop being scared of lifting heavy weights. I do heavy deadlifts and heavy hip thrusts and heavy glute bridges 2 to 3 times every single week. It's not gonna make you bulky, I promise. And that concludes my 5 pointers or 5 tips to get a smaller waist or work your way towards that. Please don't forget that if your diet is not in line and your nutrition is not in line with your fitness goals, you're not going to get a smaller waist and you're not gonna reach the goals that you have in mind. You can do crunches all day long, sweetheart, but if you're eating Oreos and pizza every other day, you're not gonna get where you're trying to go. And of course, little things like your sodium intake, your water intake, your caloric intake, all of these things with nutrition come into play with this factor. If you guys want me to do a full day of eating and what changes I make when I'm prepping for a shoot, because I am currently 5 weeks-ish out from a shoot in California, let me know if you wanna see that and I would be happy to get that up on my channel for you guys. As always, thank you so much for stopping in and I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye!